My name is Erinlashay. If you're new here, if you've already been here, welcome back. I missed you. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog. We are going to be reading whatever I'm in the mood for, but we're also going to be trying to read as many books as I can before the end of the year, because it's currently December the 12th or the 13th. I can't even think of it off the top of my mind. I could just check my phone, but I'm not going to. Pretty much December is almost over, and then 2025 is coming up, and I do want to reach my reading goal on Goodreads. My reading goal was 25, and I'm pretty sure I'm at 22 right now. I'm currently reading Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I'm 79% into the book. I wanted to start the video because I'm on my family yearly getaway right now, and I've been doing a lot of reading, so I was like, let's start a reading vlog, because of course. Like I said, I'm 79% into the book. I'm on chapter 16, which is called The Chamber of Secrets, and I'm 283 pages in out of 342 pages. I left my book home, so I'm going to be reading on my Kindle for the entire duration of the time I'm here and reading. I should be leaving here on Sunday, I'm pretty sure, so I won't be reading here for the entire video, I think. And I'm also having a separate video I'm filming while I'm here. Y'all should have seen that already, but I'm pretty much planning to finish Harry Potter. And I also brought Throne of the Secrets by Carrie Masciato, but I'm not going to read that book because I'm going to get the trilogy that comes before the little series that it's in. So I actually bought that book, but I'm not going to read it because I wanted to have a physical book, but I'm not going to read it because I remembered that I wanted to read that first. So I'm going to have to find a book on my Kindle that I can read, but I want to find one that's on my physical CBR so I can continue it when I get back home if I don't finish it like on my Kindle here. Harry Potter book 2 had just been throwing me for a loop, y'all. It's just as good as the last one, and I do feel like it's like the same amount of stars, like 4.75 stars. That's how I'm feeling right now, but it's so good. I'm kind of thinking like maybe it's a 5 stars because the plot twists have been hitting. I have not been able to predict anything going on. I was like, oh, they might just be going on the wrong track. I was like, I don't think that's right, and I was proving it wasn't right, but who it was, I'm just like, what the heck? And I just been having a lot of moments where I'm like, what? And I'm just like, so yeah, I'm definitely enjoying book 2. I cannot wait to get through the series and just keep reading and enjoying this world. I love being in this world. It's like the best experience, and I definitely recommend, if you have not read Harry Potter, which you probably have, if you haven't read it, go read it. Right now I'm in my room, in our little trip room, and I'm just sitting on the floor, and I'm actually about to continue reading, so let's go here where I'm left off. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm trying to put it all together in my head, but I have no idea like what is going on. Like, I have an idea, they telling me, I'm learning, but I'm like, when is this egg gonna drop? Oh my god, I'm on edge. I'm on edge. Oh my god. Oh my god. I knew it. I freaking knew it, y'all. I knew it. Like, I knew it, but I didn't know it, but I guessed. I wasn't even expecting, like, me to find out, like, find out. This was an insane plot twist, because I'm mind blown. I wasn't expecting this. I thought the plot twist was over, y'all. I'm 93% and I'm still finding out stuff, y'all. I think this is the last chapter, actually. I love it so much. It might be 5 stars. I don't know. It might be 5 stars. I just finished Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and it was 5 stars. It was 5 stars. I want to save my reviews for the end of the book. Usually I'll save my reviews for the end of the book, but I had to tell y'all about this book. This book was so much like the first one, but so different. It was the same concepts, like fast paced, and we were in the same world, but we had so much new stuff happen. We met new characters. We had more character development. We learned more about other characters, and then like other people that we needed to learn. And then the plot twist, oh my god, the plot twist was like back to back to back to back. Everything I thought could have happened didn't happen, and it happened in a way that I never would have expected. I'm just like, wow, I'm shocked. And I enjoyed this book so freaking much. I had my first 5 stars in the Harry Potter series, which is insane. We're in book 2 and I have 5 stars already. Wow. And they say it gets better. how does it get better than that? I just can't wait to see. Right now I have my phone. I'm actually going to log it into my Goodreads. I need to go upstairs and get on my MacBook and like start logging in like all of my book information into my Notion, because that's where I have like a wider range of like my statistics for the year. I just went into my Goodreads and this is where I have my 2024 reading challenge located, and it says I had 22 books out of 25 books, and I'm like 1 book behind schedule, but I'm actually like 3 books behind schedule since, you know, the year's almost over. I'm about to open my Kindle and like connect it to the Wi-Fi, and then I'm gonna find another book to pick to read. I'm actually gonna go upstairs, put my stuff into my Notion, and look at my Notion for like all the books I have in my physical TBR, and then decide what books I'm gonna read next. Last night I did end up starting a book, and I ended up starting Carnage by Chantal Tessier. I'm currently on chapter 17, page 135 out of 535, and that's 27% into the book. And honestly, I feel like I'm getting through this book faster just because every chapter it's spice after spice after spice after spice, and really not much is happening because I know the whole like gist of the story, like the beginning of the story and why it's so much like spice happening, and like the lore of the book, because I did read the ritual. And just to get you like caught up on this book, it's like a series about the Lords, and the Lords are like this high power society of men where they go to this college and they have their initiation, and then they are like set up to be like politicians, judges, and just like really rich men who pretty much run the country in this secret society. And pretty much they always have a lady that they'll get in their senior year at this college, and pretty much we usually follow those two in that pairing. And in this book right now we're following that same pretty much pairing. It's not much plot going on. But I'm not like mad at it. I'm like giving it its time because I know like we have to get this part through before we can get into what's going on in the story. Last night when I started the book, some thoughts I had was I already felt bad for the main male MMC Saint, and I just think that the entire like story can be dark because it is overly traumatic to be put into this society because you were born into it, and obviously they don't know. They're brainwashed, and it's not the point. Like, it's not the point of the story to exploit that, because that's just how it is. And I feel like just knowing that in the back of your head, it's like, dang, that's so crazy, and I do feel bad for them automatically. But I also felt bad for him going from something he said about his mom, and I'm just like, dang, trauma after trauma after trauma, and I'm just like, when is it gonna stop? I stopped reading as Students Ashton POV started. I was just like, I don't know if she's gonna be like one of my favorite main characters ever. I don't know if I'm really gonna enjoy her. We're gonna see. So far into the book, she's just fine. I'm gonna say, like, I don't think we connect that much. We haven't really got into the nitty-gritty of the story. I do have felt bad for her for certain situations, and just the overall gist of her being in this world, and it's just like, bro, you're in a secret society not by choice, just like because you were born into it, and like you have to be betrothed to a man, like So we're gonna get into reading, and I'll give y'all an update when some things change, hopefully. I might have to DNF this. Officially at 32% in, I will be DNFing this book. I made it 165 pages before I decided, yeah, this ain't the one for me. I DNF Carnage a couple hours ago. It's 5:41 in the afternoon. I haven't read anything since I DNF Carnage, and I don't want to follow in that track of not just immediately picking up a new book after I finish another one. So I'm going to pick a new book like right now. But I DNF Carnage because we were like almost 200 pages into the book, and I still did not know where the plot was going. And I understand the setup, and the setup takes a lot of pages just so you can understand the world if you're just getting into it in the first book. And I feel like that's probably the same for all the other books, but I'm just like, this setup is just spice, and I'm not really in the mood. So I kind of was like obviously skimming through the spice, trying to get through it, get past it. But I'm thinking we're introducing the plot, and then I'm just like, why? It doesn't even fit the character, if you ask me. It doesn't make sense to me from where we were getting at. To my mind, if I was wrong, then I was wrong. But I just decided to DNF the book. I was 165 pages in. I was just like, I've been reading this for a long time. I haven't enjoyed my time, so why am I just going to continue forcing myself to read this book? I'm not going to do that. And the next book that we're going to be reading in this video is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillen. I truly think my reading vlogs are cursed. All I'm gonna say is 2024 reading vlogs have went out with a bang. My first reading vlog, the house next door was set on fire. My second reading vlog, my grandfather passed away. My third reading vlog, my mother and my brother get into a car accident. I just don't even. I'm gonna keep doing them now, and I just pray that the next one can go smoothly because it's starting to get weird. It's starting to freak me out a little bit. Anyways, with that being said, my mom is okay. Thank God, because I need my sis. My baby brother, my 6-year-old brother, is okay. He's still annoying me. We're here home today because it's actually Thursday. This all happened yesterday. The car accident, everything, them going to the hospital. It all happened yesterday, but they're back home. They're good. They came home last night after a little checkup. My brother's in his room. I stayed home with him today, and my mom, she went to work. She was like, I'm going to work, sis. So I'm glad that we could get back on track a little bit, even if that rattled us up. I know it rattled us up, and it's going to set us back a little bit, but we're going to be okay. I think we're gonna be okay. I need to give y'all an update because y'all I started Harry Potter book 3 and it's amazing already. I'm 18% into the book and my Kindle is like doing something weird where it's like bringing the pages of the actual book down, so it's making it like digital pages instead of like the paperback pages, where the paperback has 403 pages and the digital book has 177. So it's putting me behind on every book I've actually how many pages I've actually read, because I've read probably like 100 pages by now and it's saying that I've read 33 out of 177, which is 18%, which is fine. I don't mind. I'm still going to keep reading on my Kindle because I do not have the physical book of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Equibus or Ecuban, one of those things. To me, it's still Sunday, December 29th, but it's actually December the 30th at 12:18 in the morning. And right now, I'm going to be forcing myself to finish Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. When I say forcing myself, I just mean forcing myself to actually sit and read a book and finish it, because it usually takes me a lot of time to finish a book because I don't really have the time to actually give a book a lot of my attention for long periods of time, because I'm usually having to go to work or having to edit or just having all this other stuff I have to do. But tonight is 12 a.m. I don't have nothing else to do at 12 in the morning. Yes, I have work tomorrow. Yes, I have stuff to do tomorrow, but it's no school tomorrow. I don't really have work till late in the afternoon, so I can read this book right now all night if I want to and finish it. Do y'all like my copy? I think the last time y'all saw me, I was reading this book on my Kindle, but I actually got a copy of it from Barnes & Noble, and this is the Barnes & Noble copy, y'all. I'm gonna try to show y'all like as best as I can with like my mirror being right there, but just look at how pretty she is. I recently also picked up book 4 in the series that's also from Barnes & Noble, but has this type of copy, like it has like the sketch look. But I also got the box set for Christmas. I'll actually show y'all that right now. No, I'm not gonna go show y'all that. Y'all gonna see it in other like reading vlogs where I'm reading the other books, I'm pretty sure. But I do have the box set, so I have all the books physically and also have them on my Kindle, and I have this one and the other one in like the sketch cover, and I'm also going to get the other books in the sketch cover because I need it. I also got these little bookmarks, and it's like a little pin, little latch that latch on to the top of your book, and you have a little character right there. This is Harry, of course. I am on page 195 out of 435. So I have like over 200 pages left that I need to read, and we're going to read it all tonight. I'm starting chapter 11 now, and we just got a lot of lore in the last chapter, like a lot of new information that we didn't know. I feel like it's still so much stuff we don't know about stuff that we learned books ago. Like it's still so much stuff to be revealed and so much backstory that we don't know that's being filled in as we keep reading, and it just leads to more plot twists that you're just like, dang, for real? We're starting chapter 11 now, page 211, with a lot more to go. I'm on page 242, and I think what I think has a connection with the chocolate that he just gave him. If you know, you know. But we're gonna keep that theory in mind. And another theory I have is they were friends. That's what he just said. He said they was friends. Maybe. I freaking knew it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, Miss Ray said, you filthy cheating bitch. I am on page 325 and something just happened that literally made me have to look over my shoulder, y'all. Like, literally. Oh my god, yes, finally. Thank God. Oh my god. I'm sorry for the lighting, but y'all, I just read something that would be so freaking amazing for her. Oh god, I just hope we go through. I just hope we go through. No. It's 4:30 in the morning. I just finished Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Forever Occupied. And for the third time straight, the end of Harry Potter book has made me tear up. And I actually cried at the end of this one. And I sobbed while reading it. I'll talk to y'all in the morning. It is time for final reviews. Get your drink, get your breakfast, get your meal, and sit down and lock in. I had my matcha and I also had my breakfast, y'all. It is 1 in the afternoon, and that's valid because after last night, I earned that sleep. Yes, I did. And I didn't even sleep the entire time. God, Lord knows I didn't even sleep the entire time, but we're not even gonna get into that. We're gonna get into these books. Yes, every book I read in this video, but also every book I like looked at, you know, like every book y'all seen in this video, even if it was for a little small snippet of time, we're gonna talk about it. You didn't see this for a small snippet of time. You saw me read the entire end of this book and how it threw me for a loop. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets was a 5-star book. I couldn't hold it in. You could tell by my reaction to the book that it was 5-star. I'm pretty sure okay. He's eating my food. Okay. Can you guys tell the morning we're having already? Yeah. Let's get back to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is a 5-star read. I'm pretty sure y'all could see me crying when I read this book. I'm not sure. And every Harry Potter book never fails to bring those type of emotions out of me. I always find myself at the end of the book just tearing up and just having to cry because it's like, it's always a bittersweet type of moment, but it's also like so sweet and so endearing. Bittersweet because it shouldn't have to be this way. It shouldn't have to be like that for Harry. And he shouldn't have to come come this far and all that, but he does, and I'm not gonna lie, he definitely does his big one. He powers through anything that's happening to him in his life. So I love Harry for that, and he's so strong, and I honestly wish better for him, honestly, but I think over time his life is gonna get better, and it has been getting better, and he's like so able to stay happy and just keep doing what he does. The review for Chamber of Secrets was all over the place because of my cat, but I have successfully kicked him out of the room for a couple moments because he was doing a lot. I'm not sure if we actually saw One Dark Window or even hardly talked about it, because I started it after the Chamber of Secrets because I wanted to hurry up and get to the duology. I wanted to start it before like 2024 could end, but I just really wasn't into it. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wanted a palette cleanser, and like a palette cleanser for me now is like dark romance, because that's like my roots. That's where I come from. Like I love dark romance, and it always can put me in a good mood, and I was just really craving to get back to that because I have a lot of fantasy I've been reading, and I have my physical TBR full of fantasy, and I actually wanted to read a dark romance after I finished the book last night, and I ended up downloading one on my Kindle, but I had none on my physical TBR, which is crazy because me last year, you would never catch me with a fantasy or anything other than dark romance on my TBR. So yeah, I really wasn't in the mood to read One Dark Window, and I kind of like soft DNF'd it, and I only like read like I feel like a couple pages. I didn't get really far into the story. I don't really know anything about what's going on. I am going to pick this back up because I didn't really give it a full chance, but I also knew that's not what I wanted to read. One Dark Window doesn't have a rating. It's not DNF'd or anything like that. I just, you know, kind of picked it up in this video, but we're just gonna put it back down for now. If I'm not mistaken, if I didn't get One Dark Window and Carnage switched up, Carnage was the next book I actually did start reading, which was the only dark romance that I had on my TBR physically, but I was also still on my trip when I started it, so I read it on my Kindle, and I DNF'd Carnage because I feel like the story was like the beginning of it was like a part 1 type of thing, and I feel like the part 1 was something I was familiar with, seeing as I read The Ritual, and it was just getting us familiar with the world. If you were going into this just like as a standalone, because it is an interconnected series, it was just getting us into the world if you were new to it, but I wasn't new to it, so I was just like, you know, easing in, letting it take me in there and let me get familiar with the world. But I honestly did not like our main characters, and I feel like with her characters in this like series, they can all feel so similar, and I just wanted them to have parting mindsets just to like contrast with the world they were in. Like I wanted some type of mindsets to contrast that, but also fighting like becoming the world they were in, if you understand. It just felt like a story where yes, it fit the world, but it didn't intrigue me enough. Like I feel like The Ritual, it took time for me to actually get into it, and it was definitely a lot of spice. I'm not gonna lie, even in here it was like every other page it was some spice. Like I skipped so much spice, and I'm not against spice. I'm not against spice, y'all. I'm 16 years old. What do we expect? Like, come on now. But I'm not against it, and I'm just like, when it gets to this point, I was so overwhelmed, and I'm just like, all right, y'all, can we like get to the plot? Like, can we just get a little bit into the plot? Like, I'm okay with it being like plot, boom, plot, boom. Like I'm okay with that, but we were just getting boom, 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 and I was like, okay, that's enough. It kind of felt like when I read her other book, which is a short novella, and it's only pretty much spice. The Sabotage, I'm pretty sure I have it like really low on my shelves because I rated it like a 1 star. That's probably one of the worst books I ever read in my life, but just because it was so much freaking spice. And I'm not against spice, I swear I'm not, but that was just like, hey, like no, no. So yeah, I ended up DNFing Carnage, and hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. The next book we ended up reading and actually finishing, and that I have a rating for you guys, was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh my gosh, I always forget the Z, but it's Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is book 3 in the Harry Potter series. I read book 1 and I read book 2. Book 1 has its own vlog if you want to go watch that, and book 2 was in this vlog a little bit, but also in like my vlog on my family trip, so you can, you know, look through that. This book threw me for a loop. I feel like this book followed the same like way we were going around book 1 and 2, like the same. We see Harry Potter in the summer, and then him going back to Hogwarts, and then we're seeing all this new stuff happening and what's going on this year and what we have going down this year. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this book was a little bit more like, I didn't feel like anything was happening, and I felt like till like the last 300 pages, that's when we actually got to like what was going on. I'm not sure if I felt like that with the other books. I just felt like it more with this one. I can't really remember if it, actually I can't remember. I do remember like it wasn't really how it was in this book, how I felt. And the other ones, I felt like the other ones are a little bit more fast paced, and this one was a little bit slow when we were explaining what were going on. I think it was just to like build up anticipation, but I wasn't really anticipating nothing because nothing was really happening with our plot until we got to at least the last 100 pages. And y'all, I don't think anything was like so plot twisty to me. Like I feel like the plot twist that happens, they all made sense. And I feel like with this book we were given new information from stuff that we already knew. Think of something like, oh, we know Hello Kitty, but do we know that Hello Kitty is pink? Do we know her favorite color? Do we know her birthday? I feel like that was stuff we were learning, like from the basics, from where we started in this book. We learned so much more backstory of how this happened and how that happened. It just makes me think like, wow, it's so much stuff that she could reveal in these books that we don't even have any clue about, and we won't have any clue about until the book comes up, and we're just like, wow. And we also learned more about like Harry's parents and like what their futures was like, their friends, and we met somebody, y'all, and all I'm gonna say is I bawled my eyes out, y'all. Like I cried my fucking eyes out last night. Like, oh my god, y'all. And then of course at the end of the book I was crying again. This is the third Harry Potter book to get me to cry at the end of the book because it's just so bittersweet and just so sweet and just like, anyways, I was bawling my eyes out last night, and of course I had to give this book a 5-star. I don't think I can ever stop talking about the way I cried last night and the emotions of this and me and the stuff he said. PSA, this book is going to be considered my first book of 2025. It's December the 30th and the new year's over in what, one day? No, I feel like I'm in 2025 already. This is my first book of 2025. You're hearing it now, you're watching it now. We starting with book 1, and I'm actually reading another book on my Kindle right now. We're not going to talk about that because I think I'm going to be starting a new vlog today, hopefully. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching today's video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for the next one. Duh. See you next week.